I'm Bryce Robbins. I'm 21 and I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Let me take a step back.
I mean, it's super different for sure, probably from what most people have done. I kind of got into it super late. I was a competitive rock climber for like 5 years leading up to it. I ran track in high school, but kind of fell out of love with both of them. And my mom was a volleyball player, and she had kind of been pressuring me to jump into it just for fun. And I was just kind of telling her no, telling her no, telling her no. And then finally one day I was kind of like, all right, yeah, we'll give it a go. First day I came in, I was like for sure the worst player in probably the entire gym. It was rough, but I loved it anyways, and I started getting kind of like some private lessons with a guy that had worked at AZ Fear, Taylor Stallman. He kind of believed in me. I ended up making the 17-1s team, playing under Keith Smith, who was a assistant coach at GCU at the time, who I think now is at Auburn for the women's. But yeah, man, like that dude put a lot of trust in me and kind of let me build my game, kind of run that team, which was probably stupid at the time. We ended up not being as great as we probably could have been, but he put a lot of trust in me, and I think it ended up developing my confidence in my game like a ton. And I think that's kind of what helped me hit the ground running, and everything kind of went from there. Yeah, I joined a really good 18s team, ended up going 44-0 my senior year of high school, winning a state championship, winning Best of the West. Like it was all awesome, and then it all kind of led me here. I was actually in Havasu at my grandparents' place playing frisbee golf with my dad and my uncle, and I opened up my phone and I see the email saying that they would like to get me out on a visit, and I was like just beyond stoked. 2 national championships. I thought it was in Chicago. I'd never even been to Chicago. All of it just seemed like super exciting and new and fun. It definitely feels like the best decision I ever made coming here. I think at the time maybe I had questioned if I made a pick too soon, because I'd committed the summer going into my senior year. So it was like pretty relatively quick after I had kind of picked up volleyball. But I don't know, it was just like a gut feeling. I feel like I kind of just trusted my intuition. It felt like it was the right spot. I wanted to, go somewhere that was new, that would kind of, expand like the way that I looked at the world a little bit. Like, because being confined in Arizona, like it's obviously super fun, lots of hiking, lots of skiing, lots of all that kind of stuff. But I had never been in like a big city kind of situation. And I thought like this was a cool time to kind of, get away from my parents, kind of figure out who I was a little bit, and like kind of create my own story and journey. I've always been super, super close with my family. Like family has always kind of come before everything. Both my parents have been like extremely supportive of like everything I've ever done kind of in my whole life. Like I've been on a lot of different paths even before my rock climbing path. Like, I was kicked into every sport as a kid, like playing everything: flag football, baseball, basketball, lacrosse, like you name it, I was probably doing it. And like kind of through each individual phase that I was in, both of my parents were like just super stoked on like whatever I was doing. It didn't matter what I was doing, but they were fully behind me and like everything I was doing. And so I think that kind of just instilled in me the confidence that like whatever decision I was kind of going to make in life, like my parents are ultimately going to be behind me, which was a super reassuring feeling, and I think took a lot of pressure off of like making some of those bigger decisions, because I always knew that I was going to have a support group kind of behind me. I have a younger brother who I'm super, super close with. He's definitely been like a huge inspiration in kind of all of the places that I've chosen to go in life. I think being an older brother has kind of taught me how to like lead a little bit and how to lead by example and kind of live my life in a way that I would want someone to like look up to. And I think that's kept me out of some trouble and helped me kind of, I don't know if it's like mature quicker or like just kind of understand the way that my actions affect other people. I think I've always kind of had like an okay sense of that. And I think that he's a big reason for that. And I'm so proud of him and stoked for all the stuff he's doing. He's a baseball player. He's going to play at Johns Hopkins, so super stoked for him. But yeah, I would say like the three of them as a collective are like definitely the biggest inspirations in my life and the biggest role models. Even like my younger brother is a role model for me at times. I mean, he makes decisions and does stuff that I'm like, man, like that's awesome. Like I don't even know if I would have reacted the same way in that situation. So yeah, super stoked to have that group of people around me. I love the outdoors. I mean, I think it's like the biggest thing that like grounds me outside of like sports. I think it's like it's a nice balance, because like with sports it's like all this competitiveness and this pressure to like, you know, perform and like do well, and like it can be a lot at times, but like being able to get outdoors and like just go hiking or like just go skiing, like you're not doing it for anybody else, or you're not doing it to like put on a show. Like it's a good way to like kind of do something that's like just for you kind of thing. And I think going back to like how close I am with my parents and my dad, like I think that's a big reason of why I am so close with him. Like so many camping trips over the years, like even just going up to Flagstaff, which is like 2 hours north of where I'm from, but like so many great memories there. And yeah, I can't talk highly enough about the outdoors. One day one of the coaches had like come up to me, and maybe my younger brother too, but I feel like it was just me at the time. But she was like super adamant that I came and like tried out for the rock climbing team. And I was like, rock climbing team? Like, I didn't even know that there was a rock climbing team. But anyways, I ended up trying out or whatever, getting on the team, made my way up to the top team. And yeah, it just kind of like took over my whole life. It was like all I ever did. It was like actually super like grueling training wise. It was like 5 days a week, 3-hour practices a day, like after school from like 5 until 8 o'clock at night. It was brutal, but it was so fun. I honestly think a lot of like the best memories of my life have like come from rock climbing. Like a lot of like the best experiences have come from rock climbing. Like the competing aspect was so fun, super fun. We got to travel all over the place. Like I went to Georgia, I went to Oregon, like Colorado, Washington, wherever you can think. We probably went there for a competition. It was all over the place, but it was so fun. But honestly, like the most important part of that was like the outdoor climbing kind of stuff, because it was like, again, kind of like with the outdoor stuff, where it's like there's no one watching, you know, you're just kind of doing it for you. And that was like the most fun. Like me and all my friends on the team would like go up to, again, Flagstaff, there's a bunch of rock climbing up there, but we just go for like a day and like climb all day, go get dinner, drive home. Like it was so fun. And we went all over the place for outdoors too. Like we did a big trip in Utah. We did a big trip in this place, which is in Arizona, called Lime Kiln, which was like probably the most amazing trip I've ever done for climbing. Like totally roughed it, camped it at night, hiked up to the crag, and just would climb all day. Like it was so fun. I miss it a lot actually sometimes. I think like if I hadn't grown so much and if I hadn't gotten hurt so much in it, like I think I might still be doing it, because it was such a good time in my life. Yeah, I enjoyed it a ton. I think just realizing that like sports aren't maybe everything at times. And I think that was like a big way that I carried myself. Kind of even growing up, like from a young age, like having a bad game was always like kind of the end of the world for me. And so I think kind of learning from those moments that like the next game's going to come the same way like that the next moment in life is going to come. Like I think it kind of gives you perspective of like one instance or one game or one decision isn't going to kind of like change everything. Yeah, I think it kind of started with my brother. Like we both kind of around the same time got like super into thrifting, and it just kind of became like a thing that we did together. Like I'd drive him and we'd go, you know, kick it around at the thrift and like find stuff that we thought was cool. And yeah, I think that's kind of what made it even more impactful was just like being able to do it with him, because it was like kind of a common, like we were playing different sports and doing different stuff, and I think it kind of brought us closer together because we both found like a common sense in fashion, and it kind of just like went from there. Like now I'm super into it. Like I love it. Like I spend probably an hour or two a day just like scrolling through Depop trying to find cool stuff, and I'm going to Village Discount every weekend just to kind of try and find cool stuff. And my brother's the same way too, but he's even crazier. Like he goes to like the bins all the time and like just digs for like 4 hours, and he sells stuff on Depop too, so he's super into it. But yeah, I love fashion. I think it's become like a big part of like who I am and like who I identify with, because like I feel like same thing with like look good, play good. It's like look good, live good. But yeah, I enjoy it a lot, and I like putting together cool outfits and feeling like I'm wearing something cool or different out to, show off a little bit. But I think like, like, have you ever seen Lil Yachty's fits? Those are crazy. Like I like the way that he dresses. I wish I could dress like that. I think he's a little bit more like out there than I am, but like that's what I kind of like want to work towards. Like I think it's fun to like where he wears like the big overcoat with like the stuff underneath. Like I think all that's like super cool. But yeah, I like being in Chicago too for fashion. Like it's way different than in Arizona. Like Arizona, it's not cold enough to where you can like really wear anything cool. Like your shorts and jeans. I mean shorts and a t-shirt, or like a t-shirt and jeans at the max, and maybe throw on the hoodie. But like here you can really like kind of juice it up, like throw on a hoodie with something over the top, kind of like layers kind of stuff. I think is super cool, and I'm glad I can do that here. Yeah. Honestly, like I've never like taken lessons or anything for it. Like my dad got me a guitar when I was like super young, like a Baby Martin, which is like a guitar, but it's small. So I kind of always like futzed around on it. My dad played for a while, so I kind of just would play with him or try and copy what he was doing. But yeah, I got it when I was like young. I stopped playing for probably like 5 or 6 years. I probably picked it up again when I was like 15 or 16 maybe, and then kind of like got more into it for a good stint of time. It was kind of like all self-taught though, through like videos and stuff. Like I would just watch YouTube videos and like try and figure out different stuff. Like I was mostly just learning songs. Tried to learn like a little bit of music theory, but that it's hard, dude. It's really hard. But then I kind of stopped again through kind of like the end of my high school. But then I came here and it became like a daily thing for me. Like I'm playing every day for sure. Like I have to. And I think it's like honestly been like one of the best ways for me to like relax. Like instead of just getting on my phone or scrolling or like getting on the video game and playing, like just sitting down and like playing my guitar for like 30 minutes a day has been like, it's awesome. It's like my own like personal therapy, because it's kind of like I'm not attached to anything, I'm just like kind of sitting there plucking at the strings. Then because I can like think about other things too. Like I can think about things from my day like while I'm playing, and I think that's like a good way for me to like kind of reflect and like unwind from the day. Yeah. I honestly think it'd be super fun to go play like a couple years of pro volleyball. Just even if it's in like some bullshit league. Like I think it'd be so fun to just like go kick it around and kind of see what that feels like. Just for like a couple years, like while I'm fresh out of college, kind of young. But then, yeah, I want to get a job. I want to use my information systems major. Like I want to be, like everybody wants to be successful, but like I want to be able to like support like a family and like be able to live like a comfortable life that I'm not like stressing out about, Like I want to be able to, my main goal is to be able to like not buy like a fancy house or like buy fancy cars or fancy anything, to be honest. Like I want to be able to take my kids and my family like on vacation, because I think like that was the biggest thing like when I was a kid. Like we didn't, like we're doing okay, but it's not like we're living in a crazy house or like crazy cars, but we were able to like go do so many awesome things. And I think that like gives people like an awesome perspective on life. And so I really want to be able to do that for my family. And I think like a big thing for me, even from now moving forward into like where I'm going, is like I want each year to be better than the last. Like in whatever way I can make it. Like obviously some years are gonna be better than others, but if my general progression is like getting better and better, like that's what I want. I don't want to like look back and be like, yeah, like college was the best years of my life. Like I want to be like 46 years old and be like, yeah, year 46 was the best. Like I want to keep kind of progressing and like learning more and more about me, because even like I feel like I have it all figured out right now, but I definitely don't have it all figured out right now. Like there's a lot more for me to kind of learn and expand on in my life, and I kind of want to just keep striving for that. And I never want to like lose sight of like progress or goals. I never want to get stagnant. You know, I want to always have some part of my life that's like driving me to do more, whether that's like work or like kids, or if I'm like training to do a marathon, like just stuff like that to kind of keep me motivated and keep me going. I honestly don't know. I don't know if I'm that insightful yet to really give out that much advice to the future, but kind of like going off what I was saying, like don't get complacent. Keep working hard, doing the right things, try and be a good person, do things for other people, not just for yourself. Try and build a good community around yourself of people that you know, like you love and trust. I think that's super important, having a group of people that you can feel comfortable in, that like you're a part of. And I hope that my future self is able to find that and kind of find peace within themselves, you know, and be okay with who they are and kind of live their life in the way that they want to, making decisions for me, not for other people.